जो पे आउट है वो बहुत ही कम है और जो पहले मिल रहा था उससे हम खुश थे, लेकिन उसके बाद में कंपनी ने कुछ पे आउट ख़त्म कर दिया हमारा।
पहले जो हम लोगों को कंपनी प्रॉमिस की थी 35 रुपीज़ पर डिलीवरी पे मिलता था और अभी सडनली अचानक से ऐसा हो गया कि हम लोग को मैसेज आ रहे हैं और हमारे टीएल हमको बता रहे इन्फॉर्म कर रहे हैं कि अभी मंडे से आप लोगों का पे आउट 10 रुपये माइनस किया जाएगा।
இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு அவசியமான காலகட்டங்கள்ல வேற ஒரு உழைப்புக்கு கூட போக முடியாது, வேற ஒரு இடத்துல கூட வேலை கேட்ட கூட வேலை கிடைக்காது. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு அவசியமான காலகட்டங்கள்ல திடுத்திப்புன்னு 40 ரூபா கொடுத்த ஆர்டருக்கு 20 ரூபாயும் 30 ரூபா கொடுத்த ஆர்டருக்கு 15 ரூபாயும் இவங்க பாதிக்கு பாதி குறைச்சிட்டாங்கன்னா எப்படி நாங்க வாழ்றது?
The rise of the platform economy has a dark underbelly. The working conditions and wages of its delivery executives and delivery partners. In India, food tech companies like Swiggy and Zomato have been at the center of this. And recently, on Twitter, the account Delivery Boy has been shedding light on the working conditions and wages of these delivery executives. And this is part of a trend that is happening all across the world. In the US, in UK, in Spain, and with companies like Deliveroo or DoorDash, their employees and specifically their delivery service partners have been protesting for better working conditions and better wages. So what goes on in the background of companies like Swiggy and Zomato? What are some of the issues that the food delivery executives have been trying to raise? And what can be done going ahead? In 2020, the Fair Work India ratings ranked 11 platform-based companies on their labor protocols and fair treatment of workers. And guess what? Swiggy and Zomato rank among the bottom, gaining only 1 point out of a potential 10. And now these rankings were given based on certain metrics, from wages to working conditions to contracts, management and representation. And together, these metrics provide us a great way to understand the environment within which these executives work and perform. Delivery executives don't make a monthly fixed salary. Instead, they're paid on a per delivery basis, which, as you can imagine, makes their take home at the end of the day quite volatile. Now, there used to be minimum guarantees and good incentive structures, but these have changed over time. They've gone back and forth, and in some cases, they've even been removed. And this makes the environment within which they work, and especially the wages which they get, even more volatile on a day-to-day basis. But don't just take our word for it. Delivery executives across the country have been voicing their concerns about this matter.
जो कंपनी हमें समय समय पे पहली बात तो हमारा पे आउट हमें बिना बताए चेंज कर देती है, जो कोई अपडेट नहीं होती हमारे पास किसी भी चीज़ की, समय समय पे बदलती रहती है। जब हमें कंपनी ज्वाइन की थी तो हमें 40 रुपये पर ऑर्डर पे काम करने के लिए कंपनी ने हमें ज्वाइन किया था।
उसके बाद इन्होंने 35 रुपये किया, 35 रुपये करने के बाद आज ये कह रहे हैं कि हम पर ऑर्डर आपको 15 रुपये देंगे। तो 15 रुपये में हम क्या करेंगे? आप खुद ही इस चीज़ का अंदाज़ा लगा सकते हैं कि हम अपना फ्यूल उसमें निकालें या घर के खर्चे निकालें या बाइक की मेंटेनेंस निकालें।
आपने टाइमिंग बढ़ा दी है और आपने ऑर्डर भी बढ़ा दिए हैं और आप रेट कार्ड हमें पुराना वाला दे रहे हो, तो इसलिए हमें जो रेट कार्ड है वो टाइमिंग के हिसाब से पुराना रेट कार्ड दो।
In a year where so many of us have gotten used to working from the comfort of our own homes, things have gotten much harder for delivery executives. Now, the incentive structures within which these delivery executives work are not the most safe. For example, executives have been pushing for faster and faster delivery services and delivery times. Delivery under 20 minutes, under 15 minutes, under 10 minutes. And that leads to a higher chance of unsafe driving and more accidents on the road. They also have a lot of out-of-pocket expenses that the companies don't actually cover. Their bike costs, their fuel costs, their mobile, their internet, and a lot of other things. In fact, in a few cases, the Zomato and Swiggy shirts that you see them wearing and delivering to you, the delivery executives have had to pay for them. And when it rains, in a lot of cases, these companies haven't covered the cost of having raincoats or waterproof equipment for these delivery executives to make their deliveries in. But again, don't just hear about all of this from us, hear from the delivery executives across the country.
की आता पेट्रोलचे भाव हे गगनाला भिडत चालले आहेत। पेट्रोलने 100 पार करून 110च्या पर्यंत गेलेला आहे। तुम्हाला तरी पटतं का की 100 पार झालेला पेट्रोल आणि तुम्ही त्याच रुटीननी 25 रुपये पर ऑर्डर देताय आणि 25 रुपयाची ऑर्डर मारत असताना आमचं तिथं 30 रुपयाचं पेट्रोल जाते, परंतु कंपनी आम्हाला त्याचे 25 रुपये फक्त पे करते आणि ते आम्हाला परवडत नाही आहे।
आज तक इन्होंने ना कोई सैनिटाइजर दिया है, ना मास्क दिया है और ना ही कोई ग्लव्स दिए हैं।
एक बात और, देखो इनकी ऐड कर रहे हैं, हम शर्ट ले रहे हैं, बैग ले रहे हैं, कंपनी की ऐड कर रहे हैं, उल्टा हमसे पैसे भी ले रहे हैं। ये कंपनी के इसमें लग रहा क्या है सर? इंटरनेट हमारा, बाइक हमारी, तेल हमारा, सर सारा
जितनी रिस्क कवर है सब हमारी, ये करते क्या ऑफिस में सर फोन भी नहीं उठाते।
Now, the contracts that the delivery executives sign with these companies also keeps them at a bit of a disadvantage. For instance, they are technically independent contractors and not employees of the company. And as such, they're not entitled to the same benefits. So they don't get leaves, they don't get health benefits, they don't get maternity coverage, they don't get old age pensions and other benefits like that. These delivery executives wear Swiggy and Zomato clothing, they carry their bags, they deliver food in those packages. And as such, their association to the company is way more than a regular independent contractor or a regular freelancer. That's where the Social Security Code 2020 comes in. For the first time, it provides a huge range of benefits for these platform workers as well as those in the larger unorganized sector. From accident insurance to old age pensions to maternity coverage and a range of other things. But this code is yet to be implemented and its impact, though promising as such, is yet to be seen. So when these workers face these issues, is there somebody that they can talk to? Is there a system in place that can listen to their grievances? Well, the answer is yes and no.
जे आमचा वरचा जो माणूस आहे टीएल, आम्ही त्याला जो कॉल करतो तो आम्हाला आमचा रिस्पॉन्स देत नाही, तो कॉल नाही उचलत, फोनही नाही उचलत, मेसेजचा रिप्लाय नाही करत. जर आमची जी मागणी असेल आमच्यावरती जो असेल टीएल, आम्ही त्यालाच कॉल करू किंवा मेसेज करू पण ते आम्हाला रिप्लाय देत नाहीत.
अगर हम कहीं डिलीवरी देने जा रहे हैं, बाई चांस हमारा कोई चोट लग जाती है, अगर हम ऑफिस में फ़ोन करते हैं तो हमारा कोई फ़ोन नहीं उठाया जाता. लेकिन जो हमारे पार्टनर हैं जो हमारे साथ काम करते हैं, हम इन्हीं को कॉन्टैक्ट करते हैं.
का रात्रीच्या वेळेस ते ऑर्डर कुठलीही देतात, कुठेही देतात, कितीही किलोमीटर देतात, ऑर्डर देतात. रायडरशी मारहाणसुद्धा होते, मोबाईल वगैरे घेतला जातो, त्याला झोमॅटो सपोर्ट करत नाही. अशा आमच्या बऱ्याच रायडर बरोबर झालेलं आहे.
और इतना रिस्की जॉब है, 3-4 लड़कों का एक्सीडेंट हुआ है, मरते मरते बचे. और ये कहते हैं नहीं जी हम आपका सेंटीमेंट बढ़ा सकते, आपको वही सेंटीमेंट आपने जो करना है कर लो.
While technically these companies have systems of grievance redressal in place, they're not always the most effective. For instance, Swiggy's fleet managers and Zomato's team leaders, who used to be the point of contact between the delivery executives and the company, have largely been replaced by automated chatbots, by WhatsApp messages and other forms of machine-led interaction. And these seem to be way more ineffective than having an actual person talking to the delivery executive. These not only rely on having connectivity to the internet because you have to go through the platform, but also it requires a certain amount of English knowledge. And this creates an even bigger barrier than necessary. Delivery executives of both companies have tried to come together to form coalitions, to form unions, but this road hasn't always been easy. Because there is no centralized physical workspace for these delivery executives, it makes it much harder to actually come together, form a bond, and ask for better treatment, better working conditions as a unit. Moreover, whenever executives have tried striking, there have been a lot of cases where they've been locked out of the apps themselves. In essence, they've been fired. Countries like UK and Spain actually show some sort of direction in which we can head. For instance, in the UK, Uber drivers are now entitled to holiday leaves, pensions and minimum wages. And in Spain, the riders law recognizes delivery executives as employees and extends the same benefits to them. But how have companies reacted to these, right? Well, to say the least, not in the best way possible. For instance, right after Spain passed this riders law, the tech giant Deliveroo up and left the country. They stopped their operations and now are pulling out of Spain altogether. And now with the rise of hyper-local delivery for groceries where the order amounts are small and the timing is getting faster and faster, things don't look so good for delivery executives. While company heads have come out and said that they will work for better working conditions, they will work for better wages for the delivery executives, we're yet to see if these policies have actually been implemented from the company's end. On the one hand, these platforms do provide thousands and thousands of jobs, and the amount that the delivery executives currently make could be a saving grace for their households. But on the other hand, normalizing working for small wages in rough working conditions with no way to actually reach out and talk about your grievances or raise issues that matter to you might be setting a dangerous precedent for the future of labor in India.